client-server option available to users is Citrix. Citrix is a little bit more robust platform than terminal services that was previously demonstrated to you. Citrix has a few advantages over terminal services, including the ability to be accessed via the web. Since we've already talked about an internal access medium such as terminal services, we want to now show you the web-based version from Citrix. It is important to note that Citrix can also be accessed on a local area network using a client similar to terminal services. For the purposes of this demonstration, we are using the web-based interface, and here you would enter in the same credentials that you would in a traditional Windows environment. Once you've added in those credentials, you will now see the host of options that you have once you get to the Citrix web interface. You can have traditional desktop options that will allow you not only to have a desktop connection back to your server, but any installed applications that your local IT staff has provided within that session. Additionally, in Citrix, for users of a dual screen or dual monitor setup, the desktop will stretch across both screens, unlike terminal services which can only operate on one monitor. Once you click the desktop, and I'm using a smaller version for a single screen here, you'll be brought into an application that presents itself much like a traditional Windows environment would to a user. Here you get a desktop that's very similar to that of a Windows XP or Windows Vista session. Once you're on this server, you have the host of applications like you would on a traditional PC. Your Microsoft Office applications, if installed, QuickBooks, and CRM applications that might be amenable to you. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to launch a couple Windows applications. In this case, I'm being brought to my Outlook mailbox. Here I can access my calendar, my contacts, my email, and any other thing that you would traditionally find in a Windows environment. I can bring up Microsoft Word, type in a test page, and then send it to the appropriate printer within my environment. In addition to your network printers that are installed in your environment, which can be selected here, and of course a local administrator would have control of being able to hide any printers that a user should not have access to, you also have access to any printer that you've brought across from your external session. You press print and the page is brought over to your local printer. It's important to note that one of the benefits to Citrix is a universal print driver that automatically seeks, detects, and downloads virtually all of the printers that are being manufactured by the majors today. We close out of Word, saving no changes, and we now go take a look at our My Computer icon. Here you will see that just like a traditional desktop, you have access to all of your shared resources on the network, and if desired can mount your local PC to share files both from your server down to your PC level. It is very important to note that security rules can be put into play so that a user can never download a file from the main server to their local PC. This is especially important in environments where external users might be accessing via the web, and we don't want them to be able to download files to their local PCs at home. But if you are a user that needs that right, that is certainly available to you. And here's what it would look like when you connect to your remote PC. I'm able to then connect to my users file, pick my name, and I'm able to see any of the files that I have installed on my local PC. In addition to being able to use traditional applications in a Citrix environment, I'm of course able to surf the web. So any web-enabled applications that you have are also accessible within Citrix. At this point, I'm going to log off of our full desktop, and I want to show the accessibility of a traditional application through the Citrix web interface. In this case, I'm going to bring up Visio, which is a popular Microsoft Microsoft Office application for diagramming. Once again, I've connected to the Citrix server. And here Citrix is just streaming to me the single application that I need. For some users, this may be all that you want to present to them. And I'm able to drag and drop and do the traditional functionality that I'm able to on a normal PC with Visio. At this point, we can log off this application, exit out, and we're back to our traditional desktop. In addition to some of the features that we just outlined here in Citrix, the key being application streaming, single application streaming, the ability to provide a shared desktop resource for any remote users. We also have the ability to set screens up that are set for single monitor, dual monitor, or 4 monitors. Also, all external printers that connect to this can be accessed. Of course, though, you can override that with a group policy for security concerns. And lastly, we have the ability within Citrix to lock down the file structure from a local PC so you do not transfer files between your local PC and Citrix. But in cases where that need is required, we can set a policy that allows that to happen.